Motorists seeing some of the highest fuel prices since January 2020. So if we look at this graph, in January 2020, prices were above $1.70 a litre. They fell below $1 a litre amid coronavirus shutdowns. They've increased since then because of more demand and supply caps by major producers. So at the moment, we're seeing average prices in Brisbane for unleaded petrol rise to nearly $1.73 a litre this week. That's the highest on record. In Sydney, average prices are more than $1.60 a litre. Prices in Melbourne around $1.60 a litre, and average prices in Perth around $1.66 a litre. The motoring organisation, the NRMA, says consumers need to shop around and check fuel price websites and apps because of widespread price differences among cities.
Unfortunately, what we're seeing is some of the highest prices we've seen for years. Brisbane, for example, has broken the records since records have been collected across many of the capitals that have hit or are near the high point of their cycles. So Sydney and Melbourne were in the 160s, certainly Perth the same. Adelaide was there, but it has started to fall, and so Adelaide is at the bottom end of its cycle. But what we are now seeing, unfortunately, is a continuation of these oil price increases globally. That has had a flow-on effect here in Australia. Most of the major capitals have already hit $1.60. Outside of their regional centres are faring a little bit better. Certainly across New South Wales, we're seeing average prices in the high 130s and 140s. But indeed, while we enjoyed lower prices through 2020 as a result of the impact of COVID on the global economy, we are now, I guess, having the hangover effect of that in 2021. What we have seen is, as the global economy has started to open up again as out of the back of the pandemic, with vaccination rates increasing globally, demand for oil has been increasing globally, but production levels have been held artificially low by OPEC producing countries. And so while the demand is now pre-COVID levels globally, supply has not been meeting demand. Supply levels have been kept artificially low to inflate the price of the barrel of oil, and that has had a direct impact here in Australia, with Australian families paying more than what we have for quite some time, and in particular Sydney, which is in the middle of a lockdown, where you've got essential workers, basically the ones who are having to drive around to get to work and back. The people who have been feeding us, stacking the shelves and keeping us healthy are the ones most exposed here, families who are going out to get groceries. So this could not come at a worse time. The gap between the wholesale and the retail price was 30 cents a litre in Sydney. It's clawed back a very little bit, but it's still too high. In Brisbane, well, it was way too high.